Today's first sighting took place on November 18, 2025, and it comes directly from the NASA ISS livestream, where a viewer noticed a massive dark triangular object slowly drifting into frame. According to the witness, the stream was abruptly cut shortly after the object moved out of view. Unsure of what he had just seen, he quickly captured a screen recording and shared it online. The 1-minute clip shows the ISS camera pointed toward Earth when the large triangular object enters from the side of the frame. Seconds later, the object gradually fades from view, almost as if it were cloaking itself. Roughly 15 seconds later, it becomes visible again, before eventually drifting out of frame. As the footage circulated, speculation erupted across social media. Some argued that the object was nothing more than city lights on Earth's surface being distorted by the camera. But many dismissed that explanation, noting that city lights wouldn't suddenly disappear and then reappear in a different position. Others added that another major red flag was the live stream abruptly cutting shortly after the sighting, a detail that made the whole situation even more intriguing. With theories ranging from reflections to a genuine spacecraft, no consensus has ever been reached. Despite the intense debate, the object captured on the ISS livestream remains unexplained. These pictures were taken in 2023, but only began gaining attention when they started circulating online in 2025. Captured in El Escorial, Argentina, a tiny town with fewer than 50 residents, the images show a strange object flying over the area. The photos depict an object that is clearly a UFO, yet its shape doesn't fully match the classic flying saucers commonly seen online. Instead, it appears narrow and elongated, almost like a stretched diamond. It has no visible windows, emits no lights, and maintains a smooth, uniform surface as it hovers above the landscape. Adding to the mystery, reports surfaced claiming that new sightings were rumored in the same region in late 2025, though no visual evidence of these incidents has ever been released. One interesting aspect of this sighting is the similarity between the object and the one photographed in the Calvine UFO case, commonly referred to as one of the most relevant UFO pictures ever. Because of this, some believe the two sightings may be connected, possibly depicting the same craft. The incident drew enough attention for local authorities to announce that they would seek expert analysis to better examine the photographs. But so far, no concrete explanation has been publicly released, meaning the object spotted over El Escorial remains unexplained. The next sighting takes us to November 11, 2025, deep in the forests of northeast Washington. According to the witness, they were driving along a remote road when they suddenly noticed strange lights glowing between the trees. There was no sound, no aircraft visible in the sky, and the nearest road was the one they were already on. Along with the footage, they shared the exact coordinates of the location, revealing that the sighting occurred far from populated areas, deep in the woods on the outskirts of Washington. Although the witness watched the lights from a distance for several minutes, they unfortunately chose not to approach the area to get a clearer video. It's worth noting that this event closely resembles another incident previously covered on this channel, where a UFO approached a tree and appeared to scan it with laser-like beams, creating a visual effect very similar to what we see here. Some online users speculated that the lights could have simply come from a rave in the woods, but once the coordinates were checked, that theory became less convincing. The area is extremely remote, with no signs of music, people, or nearby access points, making such an explanation unlikely. With no follow-up investigation, no additional witnesses, and the original poster never returning to the site, this unusual incident remains unexplained. When I first saw this sighting, I didn't think much of it. But after seeing how many people were talking about it, it became clear there was something more going on. This happened on November 17, 2025, in Houston, Texas, and the witness captured the entire incident completely by accident while golfing. During a normal swing, his driver suddenly struck something airborne that wasn't the ball. In the video, you can clearly see a small dark object speeding across the fairway before the club hits it on the follow-through. Even the audio captures two separate impacts. First the sound of the ball, then the distinct hit against the unknown entity. The object appears dark and oval-shaped, moving in a smooth, controlled trajectory with no wings or visible rotors. And after being struck, it kept going without changing its path at all, which is exactly why many people dismiss the possibility that it was a bird. After the incident, the witness inspected his driver and found a dent and a stress crack on the carbon fiber, confirming that whatever he hit was real and solid. Online debate exploded, with viewers suggesting all kinds of possibilities, ranging from a micro-drone all the way to a classified military object not meant to be noticed. Others, however, leaned towards something less mundane, including the idea that it was a UFO probe, especially given the many similar sightings reported over the past year. Despite all the speculation this video went through, none of it was enough to offer a definitive explanation, leaving the object's nature a complete mystery to this day. But before we move to the next sighting, if you've been enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it really supports the channel. This sighting took place on November 16, 2025, in the quiet town of Amberson, Pennsylvania. According to the witness, they were driving when they noticed 4 lights shooting across the sky before suddenly coming to a complete stop. Curious, they pulled over and began recording. The lights flashed in different colors, then separated and, according to the witness, appeared to open some kind of void in the sky. However, the witness didn't capture the moment when the lights allegedly formed the void, leading many viewers to remain skeptical of that part of the account. The witness also reported losing cell service, and their GPS unexpectedly rerouted them down random dead-end roads, which only added to the strangeness of the situation. But interestingly, in response to this video, there were 2 comments that stood out. One from 1964 Hanfer, claiming he had seen an object just like this in Cincinnati 2 weeks prior to the sighting. In his account, the object behaved the same way, with 2 lights suddenly becoming 4. And another from Bolt Boys, which read the following: I work in Lackawaxen, and they've followed me a bunch of times over the river into New York, hovered over my house real low. I think they pick random people for surveillance drills. Pick a random person, follow them, see how much data they can gather or who knows what. I don't think I was targeted per se, more like randomly chosen. Back to the Amberson sighting, a few users argued that the object was simply a drone equipped with RGB lights. However, many pushed back on that idea, noting that the lights appeared much larger than what a typical drone would produce. But with the footage being only a few seconds long and containing no audio, no detailed investigation could be conducted. And with users split between calling the object a UFO or a surveillance drone, no definitive explanation has ever been given for this incident. But if you want to see 5 more shocking UFO sightings, click the video appearing on your screen right now.